Hell yeah, I don't wanna lose you this time. I will never. No time, I'm gonna winnie wanna your love they do me one time. Oh my, I'm getting mommy. Show me how you feeling this night. Almost in your love, say now winnie wanna your love they do me this night. Yeah, I need your grace.
Feeling vibes on vibes. Yay! Welcome everyone to yet another edition of the UBA Facebook Live, and I'm super thrilled to be here again. My name is Lillian Obata. Welcome, welcome. My people, how una day? What's up? What's going on? I hope you've been staying safe. And of course, that your loved ones are also in good health as well, right? I trust you guys. I trust you. Before we get into today's conversations, please don't forget to follow UBA Group on all our social media platforms. That's right, follow at UBA Group on all our social media platforms. Okay? I trust you. Now, on to very serious conversations, on to very, very, very serious talk. It's Ember month and scammers are on the rise. Not only are they, defrauding individual accounts, business accounts are also suffering from these scammers, which is why in today's session, we're talking about how to protect your business from fraudsters. I have two amazing guests with me, but before we get into that conversation as well, don't forget to make your contributions on the comment section. Drop us some very nice stuff, like how you doing? Give us some nice compliments. Ask your questions, of course, but use the hashtag UBA Facebook Live and Africa's Global Bank. I'll say that again. Use the hashtag UBA Facebook Live and hashtag Africa's Global Bank. Invite your friends. Make your comments as many times as you can, and you stand a chance to be a winner. I said it. All right, so like I said earlier on, we have two guests who will be talking to us today about how to protect your businesses from scammers. I don't have all the answers. But before we get to that, we'll take a short break. When I return, I will be introducing you to our guest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All Jeffrey really wants to do is watch football.
Come on. Who is this one now? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Michael James calling from UBA. CBN has mandated that all banks help their customers update their debit card information to guard against online theft. Sir, if you could just call out the 16-digit number on your debit card, the expiration date, the number at the back of the card, and your card pin.
Jeffrey knows UBA will never call to ask for his card details.
Hello? Are you still there?
UBA will never ask for your debit or credit card number, CVV, expiry date, PIN, or verification code via telephone, SMS, email, live chat, or social media. UBA, Africa's Global Bank.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still the UBA Facebook Live, and I have two amazing guests today who'll be talking to us today on how to protect your businesses from fraudsters. Like I said earlier, make your contributions on the comment section. Use the hashtag UBA Facebook Live and hashtag Africa's Global Bank. A couple of days ago, I was talking to a colleague of mine, and she was telling me about how she almost got defrauded. But guess what? She beats them to it, and you can, only if you stay connected to the end of the show, so you can find out how you can also beat these guys, okay? Let me now introduce my guests to you. I have with me on the left, Chineye Mwagbo, and I also have with me Njifeke Iwang.
Hi, Lillian.
So good to see you again, Njifeke. It's been a while.
I'm so happy to be here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Chineye, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling vibes on vibes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first question. Let's just, with what I said earlier about how a colleague of ours, because you might know the person as well, but she was smart. And we want our customers to be smarter, and all of that. So what is fraud?
Okay, well, I think I should leave Neye to answer that. It's ladies first.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's a gentleman right there. Okay, so Chine,
So
yes, tell us.
you can say fraud in the general term is an illegal way someone tries to obtain your money, your property, and other valuables without your consent. You know, sometimes these fraudsters, they prey on ignorance and greed of people. So if you are the type of greedy person, though you will receive text messages like, click on this link, you get 50,000 naira, COVID palliative, and you're like, ah, it has finally gotten to my turn. So you click on it, you input your details, you know, and your money starts leaving and you're surprised.
That's scary.
So that's generally what fraud is about.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. Okay, so going off, following off of that, Jeffrey, how are business accounts vulnerable to fraud?
Okay, business accounts generally are not vulnerable except if their owners decides to make it vulnerable, in the sense that some of these business owners are very relaxed when it comes to so many things. Like, let's take for example staff-organ relationship. Some of the times they get so comfortable. Before you know, I don't give my card to my cashier, me go help me withdraw because I think, okay, I'm comfortable with it and I don't have the time. Because of that, I give him my PIN. And cashier goes first time. I am a business owner. I receive a lot of alerts. So if he's telling me to withdraw 10,000, I can go to the ATM and withdraw 11,000. But then he cannot study his alerts because he receives a lot of business alerts. So I go over the ATM, I withdraw 11,000. From there it starts. I'm able to take 1,000 the first time. I go over again. The next time I'm going to take something higher, obviously, and I'm taking 5,000. And before you know, I carry or I withdraw a large amount. That's even for withdrawals. How about the business itself? Some of the times you still on organ and staff relationships. Some persons get too comfortable in a particular position that they are in, and because you don't rotate them, I'm a cashier. I've worked here for maybe 6 months, for a while, and then because I have stayed there for that long, I know all the areas, all the corners, even the loopholes too. So it is only wise if I try to rotate them just so that they don't get to notice those things and then use it against me at the end of the day. So there are other options too. I just think business owners should just be careful. They should be a lot more private with whatever they are doing. You can tell the staff to go and scan your ID card, and maybe at the end of the day, your internet banking password is just your date of birth. So it's most times advised that things that are private should remain private.
I like what you said. You said business accounts are not actually naturally vulnerable to fraud, but it's how business owners are able to manage their accounts.
Exactly.
Thank you. Going off of that, Chine, with what Idifika has said, how can I prevent my business account from being defrauded?
Okay, so going off what he said, one of the ways of making sure your account is not being defrauded, don't compromise your details. You know, some people, they have this habit of writing down their date of birth, their PIN, their passwords in notebook. They'll tell you that they are forgetful. They can't remember all this information, so they just write it down in a little notebook, keep it carelessly. Then some people save it on their phone. They'll say, oh, I'm the only one that knows my PIN, so another person
can know it.
But you are in the bus. Someone is sitting close to you. You are unlocking your phone. You don't know who that person is. So that person has sighted you. They'll pickpocket, take your phone from you. They already know your PIN. Then while they are going through your documents, your files, they'll start seeing, yes, exactly. So they'll start seeing all those passwords, and then they'll get into your mobile app, your internet banking. Then, like you said also, the staff and organ relationship too. You know, you need to be careful. You have different employees in your organization. So there are different roles that they play there. You have the cashier. You have the person that takes stock of items in your store or your shop. Yes. So rotate. Make sure you are rotating their duties. Then you need to take background checks before you employ someone. You know, that kind of thing. So make sure you don't compromise. If you lose your phone, okay, for instance, now people lose their phones and they just feel, it's just my network provider that I need to call. Nothing else is going to. Who knows my password? Who knows my PIN? Nobody knows all these things. So you lose your phone. Then maybe a month later, you're going to the bank, you want to make withdrawals. Now find out that there's no money in your account, and you're complaining. How did this happen? I didn't give anybody my PIN. But you don't know that there are various ways You know, these fraudsters, they are evolving, so they have different ways of hacking your phone, getting this information. So once you lose your mobile phone, your mobile device, call the bank immediately, send an email. They should place a restriction on your account.
Una they here.
I also want to even add something. I also think your staff should be aware of fraud too, just in the sense that it's not like creating fear in them, but I don't know if you can remember when we joined UBA. There was this time while they tell us everything, they still took us to Ikoyi prison to see what happens to. I'm sure they did that to you too, because so I think I'm not saying business owners should apply that, but I'm just saying that they should tell them, they should make them aware of what can actually happen. Yeah, the consequences of
getting involved.
Okay,
I'm going to read this one.
Okay.
I have business partners who insist on not acquiring a debit card for the business account to reduce the risk of being defrauded. Does this really help?
Well, for debit cards for business owners, majorly, it's a lot more personal than anybody can think, because for UBA has various corporate accounts or business accounts. So we have for SMEs, and so far what we have learned is cards can only be issued to sole proprietor account, that's SMEs and all. So it is not for the general corporate account that has more signatories, because transactions via debit card would not be carefully managed, let me say it that way. But for an account rather that is owned by a business account that is owned by one person, he or she can request for a card. And like I said, it's a lot more personal. And then if you are requesting for a card transactions online for business account is currently not available. You can only use the card for international transaction for business owners. But then you can use your card for ATM withdrawals and all of it. So it's a personal decision, sort of. So you can decide to collect a card if you want, and you can decide not to if you think you don't need it. But then, of course, UBA has other platforms available where you can make transactions, the internet banking, and even a business owner can use the mobile banking. That is, if you are the only sole owner of the account. So you can use the mobile banking, you can use the internet banking to do your transactions as well. And you know, the internet banking has a lot of payment platforms that you can use to complete whatever payments you want to make.
I agree with you. Thank you so much. Chinenye, going off what you said on the previous question you answered, what role will my staff play in defrauding my account? You already mentioned how I can be in the vault and be vulnerable and be careless about how I'm imputing my details. But you have an organization, you have people working under you. What role will my staff play in defrauding my account? I think I want our people to know about this one in particular.
For that, there are so many roles your staff can play in defrauding your.
Experience a lot of this kind of things.
A lot. You see, just like Freke said, he said you have this relationship with your staff, so you are giving them your debit card, make withdrawals for me. You know, you are not keeping audits, you are not keeping tracks of your debits, your credits. So
you know, these people
they don't have exactly.
They
don't
can't
have
go to the brand by themselves to make any of this stuff. Yeah, we'll send somebody now. What you get?
So you know, UBA has various cards. So we have this prepaid card. So if you have this habit of giving your card out, exactly, just get a prepaid card. It's not linked to any account. So what you want them to withdraw for you, make a transfer to the prepaid card. Give them you can even leave the card with them. Whenever you want them to make withdrawals for you, just transfer the amount that you need.
They go ahead to make the withdrawals.
So there's no way they would defraud that card because it's only the amount needed that is in that card.
That's a smart one.
Then we have like we said before, the rotating of sheets. Yes, rotating the rows. Just make sure you are rotating their rows. Then the making sure you know their background. You know, some businesses will ask you to get guarantors, and some people will be like, this small man is asking me for guarantor. What is in this?
2 guarantors for that matter.
Exactly. Waiting in one. So you don't know what they've actually gone through. That's why they need that guarantor. And you know, some people are not really knowledgeable about the whole guarantor stuff. They just sign. You just come and meet them. Please, I have this new job. Sign for me. Before you become a guarantor to someone, you need to make sure that you know this person in depth. You know home, you know their address, you know how to reach them.
Like a
at
proper
any-
KYC.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So you need to make sure that you know them in depth so that you don't fall prey to whatever they might do
Yes.
at their workplace. Then we have giving them cash. Some people now, they can't deposit. Like you said, they are so busy, they can't visit the branch. So they will be giving their staff the cash at the end of business. They say, oh, yeah, go to UBA, go and deposit the money for me. You see, those people, they keep track. They know how much you've made for the day. They know that, they'll be waiting for the day that would be a huge amount of money. Then they'll run away with the money. And then you start looking for them, helter-skelter. Where's this girl? Where's this boy? You don't know where they are. So all these type of things, you don't give cash all the time to your staff to help you make deposits. Right. Then you need to be careful about people in your environment. You know, some people will just come to you randomly and be asking you questions that you don't think a stranger is supposed to ask you. They say, madam, what's your date of birth, safe? And you're like, I was born in August. They say, no, now give me the real date and all those things. So people will be like, this is your shop. Which time will they close? Which time will they open? Where are you? Yes, people do that. They are keeping track. Wow. They want to know when they can hit you. And some of these people, they link up with your staff to actually defraud you. So your staff is giving them the...
Wow, guys, things are happening.
So they are giving your staff the information and all of that. So they are keeping track, waiting for when they would hit you proper. And just like you said also, you are with your phone trying to transact on internet banking. And just because you feel that you can trust your staff, you're just imputing the PIN, imputing your security questions and all of that. So this person is keeping everything in memory and waiting for when a huge amount hits your account, and then they wipe off your account and run away.
But our customers are smart. You won't have mad. They're smart. You guys are smart, right? Let me know in the comment section that you're smart. You're going to beat these guys. So different. What are other telltale stories or signs of an account being defrauded? I'd like to know.
Okay. Majorly, if we are talking about inflows, that is transactions received into the account, a business owner possibly would not know because he receives a lot of alerts because of the kind of business. Take for example, a POS merchant. A POS merchant would always receive monies into his account because once a customer comes to make a withdrawal, his account is credited and all of it. So he receives a lot of alerts. So for inflows, he possibly might not know until when he is notified. But then for debits, I would always advise for every time you possibly might have initiated a password reset, but then maybe because of network issues, the notification did not come to your email at a certain time, and then it now later drops. But then you can't remember that you initiated a password reset. So it's most times advised that you notify the bank, and then don't just click any link you see. Because as much as you are notifying a bank, you are notifying your bank, you're notifying us that you received a notification that you are not sure of. You allow us, we tend to carry out investigation or proper checks just to be sure that, to confirm if maybe you initiated that request or maybe someone else did. So during that process, we ensure that, and we go ahead to give you a feedback if maybe it was something you did before. So we just ask, did you at any point initiate this password reset and all of that at any time? And then you either confirm, oh yes I did, and all of that. So for whatever notification you get from your bank that you are not sure of, if maybe you did it or not, it's most times advised that you notify your bank immediately.
Absolutely.
Immediately, just to avoid. And some other things that some of these fraudsters they do is they send fake alerts. They send fake alerts most of the time. So we've gotten cases majorly where customer would say he received a fake alert from a certain person that came to do it's more like he wants to collect cash, and then he made a transfer into his account, and then he got an alert thinking it was the bank. So most of the time, like majorly for POS business owners, it's most times advised that you use your UBA monitor to confirm. We know we have this application, UBA monitor for POS owners. You use your UBA monitor to confirm the inflow, just to be sure that you actually received that money, so that you don't experience the issue of fake alert. And most personally, I would advise that POS business owners should ensure that maybe if you are receiving, you receive withdrawals and debits and withdrawals and deposits. So if maybe somebody is trying to do a transfer to you, why not try to ask for an ID card just to be sure that that person is actually transferring from their own account and not a fraudulent account or someone else's account to your account? Because when they start tracing you, you possibly might not even remember who contacted or who made that transfer into your account.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I've been enjoying myself listening to these people tell me what I didn't even know. No matter how many times we have sessions, there's still a lot that we need to learn. We'll take a short break right now. When I come back, I still have some questions here, and I'm sure you guys are obviously taking down notes or putting your questions on the comment section. Don't forget, it's hashtag UBA Facebook Live and hashtag Africa's Global Bank when you're asking your questions or making your contributions. We'll take a break. When I return, we'll continue the session. Please stay tuned.
Hell yeah, I don't wanna lose you this time, I win it. No time, I'm gonna winnie wanna your love they do me one time. Oh my, I'm gonna move me. Show me how you feeling this night. I'ma say your love, say now winnie wanna your love they do me this night. Yeah, I need your grace.
All Jeffrey really wants to do is watch football.
Come on. Who is this one now? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Michael James calling from UBA. CBN has mandated that all banks help their customers update their debit card information to guard against online theft. Sir, if you could just call out the 16-digit number on your debit card, the expiration date, the number at the back of the card, and your card pin.
Jeffrey knows UBA will never call to ask for his card details.
Hello? Are you still there?
UBA will never ask for your debit or credit card number, CVV, expiry date, PIN, or verification code via telephone, SMS, email, live chat, or social media. UBA, Africa's global bank. All Jeffrey really wants to do is watch football.
Come on. Who is this one now? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Michael James calling from UBA. CBN has mandated that all banks help their customers update their debit card information to guard against online theft. Sir, if you could just call out the 16-digit number on your debit card, the expiration date, the number at the back of the card, and your card pin.
Jeffrey knows UBA will never call to ask for his card details.
Hello? Are you still there?
UBA will never ask for your debit or credit card number, CVV, expiry date, PIN, or verification code via telephone, SMS, email, live chat, or social media. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Welcome back, guys. If you're new here, we're still talking about how to protect your businesses from fraudsters. Okay? All right, so don't forget, give your contributions, ask your questions, but use the hashtag UBA group, hashtag UBA Facebook Live and hashtag Africa's Global Bank. Like I said, there are loads and lots of prizes to be won. So just bring in your questions, give your contributions, and you just might be a winner. And don't forget to use to follow our social media platforms. Use @UBA Group to follow us on all our social media platforms. My guests are still here, and they're itching to answer all our questions. So let's get right to the next question. Now, Chinenye, please, they need to know, what security measures do we have to put in place so that these people do not come back again and, because my customers are smart. They are way smarter than these people think that they are, Tell them.
They're very, very smart.
So yeah, tell us, what security measures should we put in place?
One of the security measures is making sure that you don't use simple passwords. People use very simple, they use their children's names, they use their date of birth, they use their favorite pet's name, those kind of simple things that you use for passwords. Don't use them, use complicated passwords. So I just use them once. When you start having this feel that, oh, someone knows my password, you're changing passwords, they will still figure it out.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you use a very complex password that only you can figure out, only you can remember. Then another thing
can
is...
I add that you should also make it alphanumeric as well?
Yes, exactly. That is using,
it works for
use
me.
capital letters, small letters, use numbers, use symbols, just mix this thing up. Make it very difficult for these fraudsters to hack into your account. Then stop clicking on suspicious links. You are getting text messages that your PIN was reset, your password was reset, but you didn't do these things. You need to stop clicking on these links. Once you get this kind of messages, call the fraud desk, send a mail to the fraud desk, let us know what is happening. We'll investigate these messages you are talking about. We will let you know that this message is not from us. This process, like we said before, they are evolving, they are making things, they are trying to really, because they know right now that everybody already knows the most common type of fraud, which is one that they'll call you on phone, they'll tell you your BVN, the name on your BVN and the name on your account is different, that kind of thing. So they're evolving, they're trying to make changes, exactly, they're trying to make changes to their fraudulent ways. So don't click on suspicious links, make sure that your password is complex. Anytime you receive any message or any phone call that you're not quite sure of, call the contact center, visit the business office, make this complaint. Your account will be placed on restriction. The restriction that was placed on your account can still be lifted immediately once it is confirmed that nothing is wrong with your account. So you just need to be really careful. Don't compromise your account.
Thank you. Indifeke, the most common business fraud scenarios. I know you've mentioned some before, but something that we can actually relate to and say, this has happened before, or this is I'm familiar with this. So that other people are like, oh, so this is how they are doing these things now, Abi. I don't catch them. I don't catch them, So I'd like to know what are the most common business, because your experience, you've seen a lot.
Okay.
So let us know a few scenarios.
Okay, well, apart from the usual compromised details and then your account was only accessed and all of that. Okay, there's still this other one that is common with business accounts and even business and personal account, and even personal accounts, that we call it business gone bad. Okay. We call it business gone bad because most times or sometimes we get complaints about, okay, I paid a merchant. It's just like, let me use for example now your hair. I tried to buy hair online, or I tried to buy hair for my girlfriend online, and then after making payments to the merchant's account, I contact the merchant to tell her that, or to tell whoever it is that, okay, I have made request for this hair and seek proof of payment and all of that. And then she tells me, okay, you're going to get the hair in 2 to 3 working days and all of that. And then I'm waiting 3 working days, 1 week, 2 weeks, no hair. And then I come back to complain, Ogafa, this is what I requested for, and I'm not gotten it back and all. And then because of that, I contact my bank, and my bank in turn goes ahead to place a lien on that account. Because most times what we advise, because it's a business account, we most times advise that you place a lien. So we place a lien on that account. What we actually do is place a lien on that account.
For those of you who don't know what lien is, it means to put a
I was
hold
going
on
to
your
do
account.
that.
Oh, I wanted to help you.
Thanks. It's actually a hold on your account. So we place a hold on that account, and then we contact the business owner or to confirm the reason for that inflow and his relationship with the sender. So if the business owner is someone who is truthful, like our customers. So if the business owner is someone that is truthful, we'll say, oh, this person made a payment for something and I've not been able to deliver it, maybe because of dispatch rider issues or something. So we would in turn advise the business owner to either contact the person just so that he or she can explain what is going on, or give an instruction to return the money.
Oh.
So if that person does that, then the money is returned.
Yeah.
But then if it's a case of an argument, more like, okay, I've given him the money and I've given the goods and all of that, would then advise our customer to go ahead and report to the police.
Oh.
That's like
Yeah.
the only way
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Report to the police, and you guys should sort yourself out.
Okay, that's
So
just.
that's like the major scenarios
Scenarios.
for business accounts.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to ask the last but not the least question, which is very important, and I'm going to allow you guys to give me the response. What do I do if I suspect any kind of fraud on my business account? What's the first thing to do? Because you've given us steps, you've given us scenarios, but this is where we have to practicalize what we have heard. What are the things I need to do once I suspect fraud going on in my business account? Hold on. Ladies first.
So once you start suspecting fraud on your account, the first thing to do, please call the fraud line. Please call the fraud line 01-280-8800. I'll repeat it again. The fraud line is 01-280-8800.
Should I say the second part?
Of course. They're waiting for you. You're joking. Show the second one. You say the next one.
All right. So if you are not in a place where you can make a call, you can also send an email to frauddesk@ubagroup.com. Frauddesk, FRAUDDESK @ubagroup.com. We are very much on standby to take whatever it is you are throwing at us.
So once I suspect,
We love you. You are our king.
I call or I do an email. That's
Yes,
it, right?
yes.
Yes.
You do a call or send an email.
Wow.
We're on
Thank you.
standby.
Thank you, guys.
24 hours.
24/7. Can your bank ever?
We not the
Can your bank ever? Thank you guys so much. Any last words for our customers? Any last words for our customers?
Nay, do you want to?
We love you guys. Please don't compromise your account. Don't click on suspicious links, and let us know if you suspect any fraudulent activities on your account.
Thank you.
Now from clap, then they use the enter down. Try and ensure that whatever is private should remain private. Let it be private. Your account details majorly.
Yeah.
Money now something we hard to find nowadays.
Right,
So
right.
keep whatever is private, private.
Thank you so much, guys. I had an enlightening session. It has been nothing but the best from these guys.
Thank you so
We'll take
much.
a short break. When I return, I'll be attending some of your questions. Not all, but some of your questions. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hell yeah, I don't wanna lose you this time. I win it. No time, I'ma get a winnie wanna your love they do me one time. Oh my, I'ma get the mommy. Show me how you feeling this night. I'ma say your love, say na winnie wanna your love they do me this night. Yeah, I need your grace.
All Jeffrey really wants to do is watch football.
Come on. Who is this one now? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Michael James calling from UBA. CBN has mandated that all banks help their customers update their debit card information to guard against online theft. Sir, if you could just call out the 16-digit number on your debit card, the expiration date, the number at the back of the card, and your card pin,
Jeffrey
I can
knows
get
UBA
started.
will never call to ask for his card details.
Hello? Are you still there?
UBA will never ask for your debit or credit card number, CVV, expiry date, PIN, or verification code via telephone, SMS, email, live chat, or social media. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Welcome back. Okay, and I have had an amazing session with my guests today, Ndifreke and Chineye. It has been super enlightening, and I'm sure that all our customers have taken one, two, no, maybe more than three lessons from all that we have shared. Shout out to our top follower of this session, CChems. CChems, we see you, we love you, and we celebrate you for your contribution on the session. So we'll call it we'll wrap things up right here, right now. I'm going to give my guests an opportunity again to tell us the fraud desk lines and, of course, the email address with which you can reach them once you suspect anything fraudulent. Chineye.
012808800. That is the fraud line.
And Ndifreke?
So if you think you are getting scam messages or getting scam chats or anything at all that you are not comfortable with, you can reach us via the phone line, like Chineye said, 012808800, or send us an email to frauddesk@ubagroup.com.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up right now, right here. Don't forget to follow at UBA Group on all our social media platforms. And also, don't forget to stay safe and have yourself a beautiful weekend ahead. Till we come your way again. Bye for now.
Hell yeah, I don't wanna lose you this time, I will never. No time, I'ma get a winnie wanna your love they do me one time. Oh my, I'ma get the mommy. Show me how you feeling this night. I'ma say your love, say na winnie wanna your love they do me this night. Yeah, I need your grace.